Welcome back, aspirants on MacTech 40. And one major announcement, that is MacTech 40 has crossed 100 subscribers in within 1.5 months. So thank you all of you for watching our video. Okay, and keep supporting us by watching our video and share with your friends also, because our next target is 200 plus subscribers, and they are not generally a subscriber, not only subscriber, they should be a genuine aspirants. Okay, so that they will also get benefited. Okay, so this is our next target and this is the announcement. So what today's lecture is the lecture number 2 on refrigeration and air conditioning subject, and today we will solve EAC mains question of 2018 exam. Okay, and this is one of my favorite subject because I am associated with this industry since last few years, and I have very good practical knowledge also, so you will get much more than usual. Okay, but one assumption that I have taken is you all know how to see psychrometry chart. Okay, and how to plot the values. Okay, if you don't know, then ask me in the comment section to make a separate video on how to see the psychrometric chart. Okay, I will make a separate video, but in this video I assume that if you still don't know, then don't worry, I will make a separate video by your demand. Okay, so let's start. And today, one more thing, today we will solve two questions. Okay, one is from psychrometry and one is from basic VCR cycle or vapor compression refrigeration. Okay, but before we start, as usual, one question from non-technical section, and this question has been asked in CDS 2020 recent exam. Okay, so the question is, the electromagnetic waves which are used in satellite communication are: option A, infrared radiation; option B, ultraviolet radiation; option C, radio waves; and option D, visible lights. Okay, which one of the following is correct? You have to tell me in the comment section, and I'm waiting for your replies. So let's move towards our technical section, and this is the first question. So here it's look like very lengthy, but it is shortest question that has been asked by UPSC. Okay, in ESC mains. So the question is, the comfort condition for human being is 20 degrees Celsius dry bulb temperature and relative humidity 50%, and atmospheric condition at two places are given below during the peak summer. So these two places are Jaisalmer and Chennai, and in peak summer in Jaisalmer there is a 45 degrees Celsius dry bulb temperature and 10% relative humidity, and in Chennai 35 degrees Celsius dry bulb temperature and 80% relative humidity. So what we have to find is, draw the processes in a plain paper applicable to convert to atmospheric condition to comfort condition. That means we have to draw the process by which we can reduce this temperature to this process 20 degrees Celsius and 50% relative humidity, by which process we have to draw this on psychrometric chart also, and suggest suitable air conditioning device to achieve this process. Okay, and third is, determine the quantity of moisture that need to be added or removed per kg of air in these places, and psychrometric chart is attached. And this psychrometric chart is attached in UPSC paper, but I had taken already the value, because if I attach psychrometric chart, then it might be too blur for values. So this is for Jaisalmer. Okay, and here the red point, it is initial condition, that is 45 degrees Celsius dry bulb and 10% relative humidity, as you can see here, and this is the final our desired condition. Okay, so when you draw a line with your help of scale, you will find the what in one vertical line, that is humidity ratio. Okay, so note down the humidity ratio, and this is the final condition. With the help of scale, locate a point on this vertical line, you will find a point over here. Okay, and this process is going northwest side. Okay, going rightmost bottom to leftmost bottom. Okay, like this. Okay, so this is cooling and humidification, because relative humidity is gradually increasing. Okay, and temperature is also decreasing. So this process is known as cooling and humidification we have to use. And similarly, this is for Chennai, because I already plotted on psychrometry chart. Okay, and this is the initial condition of Chennai, and this is the final our desired condition. And this is seeing that temperature is decreasing from 35 to 20, and relative humidity is also decreasing, so it is cooling and dehumidification process. Now, how much which device that we have to use, and how much quantity of moisture that we need to be added or removed. So how to find this quantity? As I told you, I am writing the values over here. So specific humidity I am showing with small w, or you can say that omega. For Jaisalmer, it is J. Okay, at 45 degree Celsius dry bulb, and 10% relative humidity is 5.969 gram per kg of dry air. Okay, this is the initial, and what we required is for comfort condition. So on comfort condition, our humidity that we required is 7.291 gram per kg of dry air. Okay, so here as you can see, the amount of moisture that we need to be added, we have to add this. So take the difference, that much amount of moisture that we have to add. Okay, and here we can write specific humidity in Chennai, as initially it is 29.042 gram per kg of dry air. Okay, and what is our required comfort at comfort condition that we already found is 7.291 gram per kg of dry air. Okay, so we have to remove this. Okay, this much amount of, so take the difference, and whatever value come, so that much amount of heat that we have to remove. So how to write the final answer? So you have to write final answer in a tabulated form. Okay, so the examiner will got easy to check, and you may not lose your valuable marks. Okay, so make a table like this. Okay, right here, Jaisalmer. Okay, and Chennai. So what we have to find is the process on the plain paper we have drawn, and in exam you have to draw roughly this kind of psychrometry chart, just outline, and you have to approximately show this, but it should be look like a cooling and dehumidification and cooling and humidification. Okay, so the process, so which process we have to use? The process in Jaisalmer is cooling and humidification, and in Chennai it is cooling and dehumidification. And which equipment we can use? Okay, so here in Jaisalmer we have to use desert cooler. Yes, you heard right, desert cooler, and you might have studied in your BTech program. That is the desert cooler. It will reduce the temperature as well as the increase of humidity, or we can say that the our cooler in which we are adding water, and it is giving the cold air. Okay, so it's work on the same principle, but it will increase the our specific and relative humidity. And in Chennai we can use our normal residential air conditioners. Okay, which works on cooling and dehumidification cycle. So you have to know this different which equipment are using on which okay, which process of psychrometrics, and amount of heat added or removed. Okay, so heat, sorry, not heat, the moisture, heat not added. In both cases we have to remove the heat, but moisture, moisture here in Jaisalmer we have to add, and here in Chennai we have to remove. Okay, I have shown you in the psychrometry chart. And what is the amount? And amount is in Chennai, sorry, in Jaisalmer, we have to take the difference of these two value, 7.291 minus 5.969. So it is 1.322 gram per kg of dry air. That much amount of moisture to be added. Okay, and here we have to remove. And how much amount of moisture that we have to remove is, take the difference between these two, the Chennai at humidity initial and final. So you will get 21.751 gram per kg of dry air. Okay, and this is your final answer, and your answer should be like this. So your examiner will get good impression and it will give you marks. Okay, but if you write like statement, then nobody will uh, read your whole statements. Okay, so this is the way to write the answer. Hope you guys understand, and this is the end of our first question, and this is the second question. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section also. And this question is similar to the previous one, yesterday's video, but this question is quite simpler uh, compared to this yesterday's video, because yesterday has many superheat and subcooling. This is a simple, but how to approach this question, because why I have taken this, because on by solving one numerical you cannot develop your approach. So as you can solve number of questions, so you can develop your this approach. So what is the approach for this kind of question on VCR cycle when there is a data given and you have to find mass flow rate or how much amount of heat is extracted, COP or compressor, whatever. So there are three steps, three-step process, three golden step. First one is draw TS and pH diagram. Okay, and it should be correct as per our given condition. Like if there is superheat, so show superheat. If there is subcooling, so show subcooling. Then find temperature and condition, like it may be superheated, it may be saturated, or it may be in a liquid vapor region, so we have to find dryness fraction. So find temperature and condition of each point. And third one is find enthalpy at all points. If you can find out this, if you follow this three step process, so at the end you will have enthalpy at all the point. So just by using first law of thermodynamics, I hope you know the how to apply first law of thermodynamics between open system, because this individual component, compressor, condenser, evaporator and expansion, all these are open system. Okay, and this, if you consider whole as a one system, then it is also open system. So I assume that you know the how to apply first law of thermodynamics across all the devices. Okay, so here I have already drawn as per the given condition. So the what is question says, a refrigeration unit of 250 ton, so it is total amount of heat that the condenser extract is QE. QE is 250 ton, or we can say that 1 ton is equal to 3.5, and using R12 refrigerant, and the refrigerant operates between -10 and 35 degrees Celsius as the evaporator and condenser temperature. So this is evaporator temperature, and this is condenser temperature. Okay, TC and TE, and it is given as minus 10 and plus 35. It is minus 10 degrees Celsius and it is positive 35 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now read next what is given. Enthalpy of the refrigerant entering the evaporator is same as the saturated liquid enthalpy of the condenser at outlet. Okay. So this, they are talking about this. So outlet at the condenser, that means at point 3. And I hope you know what is this 1 to 2, 2 to 3 represent. Here I am writing again. 4 to 1 represent evaporation, 1 to 2 it represent compression, 2 to 3 it represent condensation, and 3 to 4 expansion. So they are talking about expansion because outlet of the condenser, that means at point 3 it is saturated liquid line over here, point 3. Okay. And enthalpy is same because here you can pH diagram, you can plot, and it is given that H3 is equal to H4, and this H4 will be with saturated liquid, and enthalpy of this point 4 is same as and enthalpy of saturated liquid at 35 degrees Celsius. Okay. Read next what is given. Dry and saturated vapor leaves the compressor. So at the end of compressor is given this dry and saturated. So it should be on completely saturated vapor line and on 35 degrees Celsius. This is the end of the compression. Okay. I hope you guys know how to draw this and how all this process came. Okay. Because these all are the basics and you have studied in your first year. Okay. So I'm not repeating this. So we have to find following things. First is mass flow rate of the refrigerant required, power required to run the compressor assuming isentropic compression. Here why we have taken this straight line, because isentropic compression, so entropy at point 1 is same as entropy at point 2. Okay. COP of the unit, Carnot COP, and heat rejected by the condenser, and all you these 5 things you can find if you know the enthalpy at all the points, and here property table is given to us. So I have already written on the page which property we required. So let's start. We have drawn this TS and pH diagram. Our first step is over. Our second step to find the temperature, and here all the temperatures are already found out, no any superheat or no any subcooling. So 2 and 3 points are on 35 degrees Celsius, 4 and 1 are minus 10 degrees Celsius, but we don't know the condition of 1. It may be how much dryness fraction it has. Okay. For 4 we do not need any dryness fraction because enthalpy is same as H3. So whatever the enthalpy of at saturated liquid at 35 degrees Celsius, it will be same, so no need to find out for this. So for finding out the condition how much dryness fraction is there, we require the entropy relation that it is given as assuming isentropic compression. So entropy of point 1, so write down entropy of point 1 is same as entropy of 2. Okay. So entropy of point 1 is what? Entropy of liquid, sorry, yes, liquid at 1 point, and 1 is what? Here at minus 10 degrees Celsius, plus dryness fraction into entropy of evaporation, SFG, or you can write SFG as a SG minus HF. That is SG is enthalpy, sorry, entropy at saturated vapor minus entropy of fluid at saturated liquid. So the difference will give you entropy of vaporization. And H2 is what? The entropy of saturated vapor at point 2, or you can write the saturated vapor entropy at 35 degrees Celsius. So from table I have taken this value, and this value at 35 degrees Celsius, entropy of superheat saturated vapor is 0.6839, enthalpy of liquid at minus 10 degrees Celsius is 0.1080. We have to find dryness fraction, what is the difference, and enthalpy of vaporization, sorry, enthalpy of saturated vapor at minus 10 degrees Celsius is 0.7019 minus 0.1080. As you can see that this is the enthalpy, sorry, entropy of liquid, saturated liquid at minus 10 degrees Celsius. And when you solve this in your calculator, you will find dryness fraction as 0.969, 0.969. Now we can find the enthalpy easily. Enthalpy of specific enthalpy of point 1 is enthalpy of fluid at point 1 plus x times enthalpy of vaporization, HFG. It is given in the table. So when you put this data in 26.87 plus dryness fraction is 0.969 and HFG value at minus 10 degrees Celsius is 156.32 kilojoule per kg. So when you solve this, you will find the specific enthalpy as 178.34 kilojoule per kg. This is specific enthalpy. Okay, so this is the enthalpy at point 1, and enthalpy at point 2, it is a saturated vapor enthalpy at 35 degrees Celsius, and it is 201.45 kilojoule per kg. Okay, and H3 is equal to H4 because it is in question, it is given. Okay, so enthalpy at point 3 is what? Saturated liquid enthalpy at 35 degrees Celsius. So it is 69.56 kilojoule per kg. All these enthalpy values are per kg. So now 4 to 1, it is an evaporation process. So amount of heat that added into the evaporation is equal to mass flow of refrigerant into enthalpy difference, H1 minus H4. Okay, till now is it clear? Because till now what we have done, we have find the condition at point 1 and enthalpy at all the points. So heat added into the evaporator, it is equal to mass flow of refrigerant into specific enthalpy difference. Hope you guys know this basic, because these are all the concept of first year. So total amount of heat is 250 ton. Okay, this capacity is given by amount of that is heat that is added into the evaporator, and if we want to convert into kilowatt, then multiply with 3.5 and mass flow rate of the refrigerant. H1 value is 178.34 minus H4 is 69.56. So when you find in your calculator, when you solve this in your calculator, it is 8.043 kg per second. So this is your answer of first question, mass flow rate. Okay, now all this thing will become easy. What second question is about, find out the compressor work. Okay, so compressor work we can find like the process 1 to 2. So mass flow of refrigerant into H2 minus H1. Okay, I hope you guys understand how to apply first law of thermodynamics across open system. Okay, because if I want to if I try to explain you here, so it video will be very long. Okay, so just write down the value of mass flow of refrigerant is 8.043, and enthalpy difference is H2 is 201.45 minus 178.34. So when you solve this, you will find 185.87 kilowatt. So this much amount of compressor work you need. So this is the answer of your second question. Now third question is, what is the actual COP? So actual COP is given by how much amount of heat is extracted in evaporator, that means refrigeration effect, upon how much compressor work or electric power we have given. Okay, so amount of cooling is 250 ton, multiply by 3.5, so you will get in kilowatt, divided by compressor work, it is 185.87. so when you solve this, you will find 4.707 is actual COP. This is answer of your third question. Okay, so as you can see here, if you follow that three steps, okay, You can find all the question very easily. If you don't follow, then you might get stuck anywhere else, okay, in between the question. Now, the COP of Carnot cycle, COP. If this is a Carnot cycle, not actual cycle, so it is dependent only on temperature. So it is given by lower temperature minus difference of highest and lowest temperature. Lowest temperature is given as minus 10 degrees Celsius, so it is 263 Kelvin, and difference is 45 Kelvin, because 35 degree Celsius and minus 10 degrees Celsius. So if you take difference in Kelvin, it will also remain same, 45. So your actual Carnot COP will be 5.844. So this is the answer of your fourth question. And last, that is, how much heat is rejected in condenser. So again, mass flow rate of refrigerant into H2 minus H3, enthalpy difference from the process. So mass flow of refrigerant is given as 8 point, we have found out 8.403, and enthalpy at point 2 is 201.45 minus 69.45. So when you solve this, you will find as 1067. It is 1067.67 kilowatt. Okay, so this is the answer of your fifth question that has been asked. Okay, so as you can see how easy this question will become when you follow these three steps. Okay, hope you guys understand. And tomorrow, that is Independence Day of India, so there will be one video for Independence Day, that will be on static GK. Okay, so what it will be, guess in the comment section, and stay tuned for tomorrow. Till then, keep studying, stay focused.